So welcome to References and Pointers. The purpose of this video is to make this difficult topic a lot more clear. One of the hardest things about C++ is the fact that we get bogged down in these details of references and pointers. We have to because a lot of the Unreal APIs make us think about these things. So let's get it out the way and let's understand it better than we have before. So let's start by comparing pointers to references. Firstly, what is stored in both a pointer and a reference? Well, it's a memory address in both cases. But can it be reassigned? Well, a pointer can be reassigned. If you're pointing to something, you're at liberty to change that pointer to point to something else. However, with a reference, once it has been assigned to something, it cannot be changed. Can it be null? Well, a pointer can. A pointer can actually point to nothing. In fact, you're going to see shortly that we are going to initialize our pointers with null pointer, and then later go and find something to make them point at. So yes, pointers can be null, but no references can't be null. And that ties into the previous point, is that they cannot be reassigned and they must be initialized. They've got to be given a value at creation. So how do you access the contents that these things point to? So they point to a memory location, both of them. They're both a memory address. In the case of a pointer, you need to say star, which is a way of saying star, by the way, is contents at. So contents at actor pointer. Go get me the contents at the memory location which actor pointer points to. But with a reference, you just treat it like an object itself. You just say actor ref. How do you access the address? Well, with a pointer, the pointer is the address. If you just print out a pointer, you're going to get a number, and that number is going to be, if you're in a 32-bit system, a 32-bit number telling you the memory address. But in the case of a reference, if you want the address, you have to use the ampersand operator, or you can call ampersand address of. We'll see that shortly. So star is contents at, ampersand is address of. How do you assign a value? Well, if you've got an actor and you want to assign, make actor pointer point to the same thing, basically. So on the right, you've got an actor, and on the left, you want the actor pointer to point to that actor. You need to find the address of first. So you use ampersand actor to get the address of the actor, and then you just set the pointer to that address. Now, actor pointer will go to the same place that actor does. How do you do it with a reference on the right-hand side there? Well, you just use a simple assignment. It's another fact that you just treat references like aliases for the object that they underlie, or that they represent. So, I would suggest, even if that previous slide, I'll go back one, even if that previous slide was like an Eiffel, then what I suggest is you move on. There's 2 more slides coming that I'm going to build up, and that you watch this whole thing again once you've seen it from beginning to end. That's going to be better than trying to fully understand this page right now if you didn't get it the first time. So let's look at another thing that's intrinsic to understanding pointers and references, and that's the ampersand sign and the star symbol. What do those 2 things do? Well, it does depend entirely on the context. If they're a prefix, if they go ahead of the thing, they mean one thing, and if they're a postfix, they mean something else. So let's look at those combinations, those 4 combinations of prefix and postfix for star and ampersand. But let's do it by example. So, star actor pointer, this first column here. What does that mean? Well, that's saying go and find the contents at whatever actor pointer points to. So actor pointer is a memory address. Go get me the contents at that memory address. That's what this is saying. The next one, now note you can do it on an object like an actor itself or on an actor reference. It doesn't matter. You can use the address of operator. So you can say, what is the address of this actor? We've got an actor here, where's it stored? Or if you've got an actor reference, you can do exactly the same thing. I've got an actor reference, what's the memory address? You don't do it very often, but you might want to assign it to a pointer, for example. So, how about if it's a postfix? Well, they do completely different things in the case of a postfix. They actually change the type here. So uActor alone is a uActor type. uActor star is a pointer to a uActor. It's a different type. uActor could be a big value object, might take megabytes of storage. A uActor star is only going to take 32 bits or 64 bits, depending on your system. And you have to follow that to go and find the actual actor. What is uActor ampersand? Well, that's a uActor reference. So it's similar to a uActor pointer with the constraints we talked about on the previous slide. So what's the meaning of these things? Well, we've been saying this. Star actor pointer is the contents actor pointer. The ampersand in front is the address of the actor or the actor reference. Whereas actor star is pointer to actor, and actor ampersand is reference to actor. Okay, and this is a class, notice that's why it's UACT. That makes it very clear it's a class. Unreal's naming convention is useful in this respect. One little health warning is that to add insult to injury, any of these symbols, i.e. ampersand and star, can have a different meaning in other contexts. For example, ampersand could mean bitwise and. But I think you know the context we're talking about. We're talking about where we have a type on the left and then maybe a symbol and then like a variable on the right. Okay, so just be slightly aware of that. They don't always mean this. Of course, star means something else as well, doesn't it? It means multiply. So hopefully between these two slides, that's given you a better idea of how pointers and references work. So in the upcoming videos, we'll be making use of all this knowledge and really putting it into practice so that you can cement it and get an even deeper understanding. So I'll see you soon.